A bunch of my subscribers has been asking me to rebuild the Cincinnati Bengals, but with their new draft additions from, of course, the 2024 NFL Draft. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like and or subscribe. As always, if this video gets 150 likes, I'll do whatever rebuild the top comment says. A lot of you guys have not been hitting the like goal recently, which means, of course, I'm not doing whatever the top comment says. If you guys want a specific rebuild done, and you guys want to pump up a bunch of comments, pump up this video and then get it to 150 likes. And even if it's an outrageous ask, I'll do it. But anyways, let's move into the video. Whenever the Bengals first drafted Amarius Mims, my original thought was they have Trent Brown on a one-year deal, and they also have Orlando Brown, who honestly wasn't that crazy in the previous year. Also, he's been injury prone in his past. But Amarius Mims, whenever I saw him, I was like, dude, this dude is a mauler, 6'8", 340, because I was told that he was a starter in his senior year, and then he missed half of his senior year, didn't play that many games due to injury. And I was like, why is this a first round pick? And then I saw his highlight tape during the draft and I was like, oh my God, this dude is a crazy up the field blocker. He would be crazy for screens. As of right now, I'm going to keep him at second string because Trent Brown and Orlando Brown are both higher overalls than him. But I think he's actually going to be really, really sick in real life. Matter of fact, I don't want to waste him, his development. I think I'm just going to move him to left guard and start him at left guard for right now, just to fill a position of need. I know it may not happen in real life, but in Madden, I would like him to develop. But of course, I would kick him back outside to offensive tackle to replace Trent Brown or Orlando Brown, depending on which one leaves first. But for right now, I'm cool with this offensive line. It's improved over the years for Joe Burrow, but Joe Burrow can't seem to stay healthy for back-to-back years. Whenever he is healthy, this Bengals team is easily a Super Bowl contending team. They did lose Joe Mixon, which does suck for them. Zach Moss is actually a very underrated starting back. Whenever Jonathan Taylor was injured for the first 4 games of the season, he was balling with the Colts. I really like him. It was a very clean signing for the Cincinnati Bengals. And also, they got Jermaine Burton, I believe, in the 3rd round. I think that was a nice pickup because in this video, I will be trading away T. Higgins. He's already publicly expressed that he is not happy with the Bengals, and he has already requested a trade. So I don't know if they're going to use him for this year and then tag and trade him at the end of the year, but I don't know if he's even willing to play if they do tag and trade him or do just keep him for this year without giving him a contract. For the rest of the team, though, Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard, Miles Murphy, Cam Taylor, Britt, DJ Turner. Of course, some of these guys seem like rookies when they're actually not. That's just how the roster is imported. They got Geno Stone. As a Ravens fan, I really like Geno Stone. It was a nice pickup for the Bengals. They also have Dax Hill, Von Bell, Jordan Battle, and overall, Logan Wilson. I think he's very underrated in real life. Jermaine Pratt as well. But these guys, he's 27, which definitely isn't bad in real life. In Madden, though, regression does start at 28, so we'll have to look into that. But for right now, I think the Bengals are easily a Super Bowl contending team. Once again, when healthy and whenever the offensive line actually performs. But apart from that, let's see how we can hopefully rebuild this Bengals team back to a Super Bowl contending team, of course, when healthy. And let's move into the midseason mark. 5-1, but that's not good enough to take the division, as the Ravens are 7-0. Easily the AFC North is the hardest division in football. Some people are saying it's going to be the NFC North now with the Bears, the Lions, the Packers, and why am I blanking on the last one? And of course the Vikings. I don't really believe in JJ McCarthy, but with Justin Jefferson, I think it'll be a sick duo between them. I mean, with Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson, it's going to be more than just a duo. But anyways, this is easily the most competitive division in football with the Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, and Browns. The Browns, the only thing that's holding them back is Deshaun Watson. But looking at our team ranks, offensively, 35 points per game on average. Number 1 in the league is crazy. Defensive points per game is 9th. We're looking really nice there. Scouting national focus, the Bengals did lose DJ Reader, so I was kind of surprised whenever they did take Amarius Mims over Jerzon Newton, who got picked up later in the 2nd round by the Commanders. But I think I will be addressing that position now. For the re-signings, T. Higgins, I forgot to trade him at the start of this, but I will be trading him now. Trent Brown, I think I might sign him for another year because he's an 88 overall. He's a good overall. I want to see how he regresses by the end of the year. He does have an interest with the team. Jamar Chase, I'll probably accept that option for him. In real life, I think he's going to get paid an absolute boatload. But T. Higgins, for right now, realistically, I think the Bengals will trade him. He's just super unhappy with the situation. With that being said, I'm trading away T. Higgins to a whole separate conference. Yes, I know I'm sending him to the Giants to die, but I'm getting a 1st round pick out of him. Potentially, he can get that in real life. Giants are probably going to get get another top 10 pick in real life. I don't know, maybe with Malik Neighbors and potentially T. Higgins, if this happens in real life, maybe they're a playoff contending team once again like they were, 2 years ago? But T. Higgins to the Giants for a first round pick. They need a receiver, and I think this is overall a good fit for them, not him. And for everyone else here, as I explained, not really that interested to negotiate right now. So for right now, we're 5-1. Let's move into the playoff. And we finished 9-8, second in the division, and we missed the playoffs. My favorite EA Sports game ever. Go team. Yay. Stats and awards. Joe Burrow looks like a league MVP, and my league MVP misses the quarterback at 9-8. I love Madden so much. 5th best offense in the NFL, 27th defense. For what reason? It's not going to tell me. 4,500 yards, 48 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, 123 passer rating, and we're 9-8. Zach Moss, 1,000 yards, 3.5 per carry is not good, but 12 touchdowns is nice. Jamar Chase, 106 receptions, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. Jermaine Burton, 13 touchdowns, 1,200 yards in his rookie season, almost 100 receptions as well. This dude's getting superstar dev. Mike Gesicki with 11 touchdowns, 800 yards. Very nice season for a tight end. And Trent Irwin getting in some reps once I traded away T. Higgins. Defensively, Logan Wilson with 115 tackles for a loss, 13 for Trey Hendrickson. Sacks, 13 for Trey Hendrickson is great, probably superstar dev. Sheldon Rankins with 6 sacks. Sam Hubbard with 5 interceptions, 4 for Cam Taylor-Britt. Safeties on the team is 1 for BJ Hill. Defensive touchdowns is 0. And we got the Battle of Texas here as CJ Stroud makes the Super Bowl in his second ever year with the Houston Texans, and this is their first ever Super Bowl appearance, here to face the Cowboys. And of course, the Cowboys, as always, are gods in Madden simulation as they take the Battle of Texas 28-20. Micah Parsons wins the Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow league MVP, but misses the playoffs. That would never happen in real life. Jermaine Burton wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. In the AFC North, Cordero Patterson retires. For the team upgrades, Jermaine Burton does get Superstar Dev. Mike Gesicki also gets Superstar Dev. Any other upgrades on the offense here? We already knew Mims had Star Dev. Davis Gather, or Gather, I'm probably mispronouncing that, I don't even care. Akeem is his first name. He has Star Dev now. Dax Hill, for some reason, gets Superstar as a backup. Mike Hilton gets Star Dev, and then everyone else here looks the exact same. Surprise, Trey Hendrickson doesn't get Superstar Dev for having, 13 tackles for a loss and 13 sacks in the season. It was a very good season for him. But anyways, let's move into the re-signing. For the players ready to negotiate Jamar Chase, I'm just going to accept his 5th-year option. Trent Brown, honestly, I think I will just keep him. 2 years. I know some people may not like this because they want to see the development of Amarius Mims, but he's a high overall. In Madden, I want to keep him on my team. If I do lose Orlando Brown, I'll kick Amarius Mims out to left tackle, but for right now, I'm fine with my offensive line the way it is. Everyone else here I don't really care about, so let's move into free agency. And T. Higgins is already in free agency. The Giants traded a first-round pick for half a season with T. Higgins and then let him hit free agency. My favorite EA game of all time. Obviously, I'm not going to be re-signing him because that would be completely unrealistic. That obviously would not happen in real life. We're just going to have to let it play out. I physically can't control how stupid the AI is, but I can control me signing him. So I'm not going to do that, of course, because, of course, it would be unrealistic. Extremely weak free agency class, but I got Cam Akers, Jake Bailey, and Shaq Leonard all on short-term deals, except Jake Bailey. I want to keep him throughout the entire rebuild because I don't want to sign another special teams player. But for now, we have 2 first-round picks. T. Higgins is in free agency. Let's move into the draft. We get pick number 17 and pick number 27 in the draft. The Giants made it all the way to pick number 27 in the draft and then didn't re-sign T. Higgins. Wow. They made a playoff run. The Giants made a playoff run, and we didn't. That just goes to show you how great EA is. Junior Golson, not Junior Colson, the linebacker. Junior Golson here out of North Dakota State, 6'2", 201. He looks like best player available. Good strength, great speed, solid acceleration. Ran a 4.37, and you give him solid acceleration. All right, dude. A press, A man coverage, B zone coverage. I'm sure he's going to have normal dev. I'm going to pick him anyways. He does not. Hidden dev, best player available, 94 speed, 91 jumping, 90 acceleration. This dude seems sick. I don't want to do it again, but another sick defensive back is on the board at pick 27, 6'2", 209 out of Alabama. He looks better, honestly. Elite acceleration, ran the same 40-yard dash, but he has elite acceleration. I don't know how that works, but sure. Like, he looks so sick as well. He's also very balanced. Man-to-man archetype with B-man coverage and B-zone coverage. I don't need another DB, but again, that dude does look really nice. And I think I'm going to go with best player available again because the defensive tackles on the board just seem kind of weak for the first round. Jaden Black out of LSU, 6'5", 235. He seems so sick. Elite strength, elite jumping. Ran a 4.5, which isn't crazy. Nice balance there. PJ Bramble here out of Boston College, 6'1", 206. Elite acceleration here. Good speed. I mean, he looks a little bit better. I'm in skill-wise, in the skill department and the athletic department. I'm not going to lie, he looks a little... I think I'm going to take PJ Bramble here out of Boston College for a wide receiver. He has hidden dev. Seemed to be the right move. 91 speed, 95 acceleration, 95 change of direction. Solid skills across the board. And I'm going to keep Jermaine Burton in the slot, and then this guy's going to be the number 2. So we replaced our wide receiver T. Higgins with another wide receiver, but this time the only difference is, again, we don't have to pay him, which is the sick feature. And in the second round, getting the defensive tackle, I needed Sheldon Pettis out of Texas A&M, 6'3", 315, hidden dev, 89 strength, 83 acceleration, A impact blocking, B power moves, B finesse moves, A play rec. He looks nice. Now, this is the team after the draft. Bramble's already a 76. That's a really good overall for a rookie. So I'm going to put Burton in the slot, make sure that he is there, and I'm going to have to manually force him there. I'm going to give Cam Akers the starting job just because 3.5 per carry is not good enough to get it done at running back for me for Zach Moss. I was trying to replace my center in the previous draft because obviously Ted here is regressing. He's 31 years old. He was like a 79 in the previous season, I think. So he's a 76 now. Maybe I'm completely wrong about his overall. Either way, we got Shaq Leonard, and then Logan Wilson moved to left outside linebacker here. Pettis, I'm immediately going to make him number 1. I forgot about Kris Jenkins in the draft. I'm still going to put BJ Hill over him, actually. Goldson is a 79. That's a really good starting dev for him. Well, not dev, but overall. And then the defense, honestly, it doesn't look bad. It's just nobody here is a high overall other than Trey Hendrickson. So I think I did overall a really good job in the draft. I'm going to have Goldson. Oh, that's why Dax Hill got superstar dev, because he was in the playing in the slot. I don't want him to do that. I want Myles Murphy to get a chance here over Sam Hubbard just because I want the future development of this team to look better. I like Sam Hubbard in real life, but I want Myles Murphy to develop in simulation. And then I want my rookie defensive tackle to play rush defensive tackle. And I think from there, we should be all good. I'm sure my team will do worse than the previous season because it's just Madden simulation, and Madden simulation is heavily affected by how good your running back is, even though in real life we've seen plenty of teams have bad running backs and do just fine. Like the Chiefs won the Super Bowl with Jerick McKinnon, who isn't bad, but he isn't necessarily legendary in Madden. But anyways, let's move into the midseason mark. 4-3, second in the division once again, but it's definitely a worse record from the previous season. My defensive ranking 30th for passing defense. I have so much depth at my passing defense. None of them are crazy, but like really, that's so lame. That's so lame. My offense is ranked 8th in the league. We are second in division. We could lose that here to the Browns if we lose this week, though. Weekly awards, Joe Burrow carrying the team as always. 277 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 29 rushing yards for over a total amount of yards of 300. I phrased that poorly, but you guys know what I'm talking about. A total of 300 yards is what I'm trying to say. Scouting national focus, I think I'm going to do middle linebacker here. Jermaine Pratt, Logan Wilson, and Shaquille Leonard are all regressing, so I'm going to need to fix that. For the players ready to negotiate, Mike Hilton, I already have so much depth at defensive back. I have $22 million left. I have to pay Jamar Chase's contract, and I just don't need you if you're 30 years old. Cam Sample, no. Joseph Asai. Kris Jenkins' contract should be 4 years, so I'm going to edit this real quick. And yes, not all the contracts are perfect. You have to manually change them because I can't change them in the roster, and you can't give out devs. People ask me that in every video. But anyways, for the rest of the team, I guess this guy I have to edit his contract as well. And all of the other extras here, I'm pretty sure I'm just not interested in. Actually, Evan McPherson, of course, I would like back. I'm going to need new center. Dax Hill, he was a first-round pick. Yeah, he was like pick 31 in the draft, was he not? If I remember correctly, whenever they were in the Super Bowl with the Rams. Evan McPherson, though, I do want him back. I'll do a 4-year contract with him. He resigns. I need to conserve this money for Jamar Chase's contract and some other players, maybe. Dax Hill, do I accept his option? I'm probably not going to, just because I know his contract is going to be cheap because he's only a 77 overall and he's a backup safety right now. So apart from that, hopefully we make the playoffs and the AI doesn't screw us once again. 12-5, second of the division. The Ravens are going to dominate in the simulation. I mean, they took the division last year, so it's not really that unrealistic. Team ranks have completely improved other than the rushing game, of course. And then 12-5, great season, but of course, we do not get home field advantage. We have to play the Bills in round 1. It's going to be very tough. Coming off a Week 18 domination, the Giants without T. Higgins. Matter of fact, I want to find out where T. Higgins went. T. Higgins went to the Chargers. That's actually a sick fit. I don't like that he's in the same conference as us once again, but I actually really like that fit for the Chargers, and they got him for free. They paid him a bag, of course, but they did basically get him for free. They didn't have to trade anything, and the Giants just let him walk, so good for T. Higgins. Stats and awards, Joe Burrow looks like another league MVP candidate. candidate here. It's going to be Allen is the #1, and then Joe Burrow is the runner-up as they're facing off in the wild card to show who's the real MVP. And then 8th best offense in the NFL, 15th best defense, 4,200 yards, 40 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions, 119 pass rating. Another amazing year from Joe Burrow, healthy Joe Burrow. Cam Akers technically doing a little bit better than Zach Moss. I mean, 2 less touchdowns. He actually fumbled the ball twice, which I'm pretty sure Zach Moss didn't fumble at all. Maybe I'm wrong on that. And then 3.7 average, I guess, is a little bit better. Jamar Chase, another great season, 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. Jermaine Burton, 9 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards. PJ Bramble with 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. A lot more distribution here now that we have 3 receivers playing rather than trading away T. Higgins. But still a nice season for all 3 receivers. And this could be candidate for Rookie of the Year, but it's probably going to go to a QB. Defensively, Jermaine Pratt, 109 tackles for a loss, 21 for Sheldon Pettis, the rookie. That's awesome. 21 tackles for a loss. Only 2 sacks, but he's clearly a run stuffer. Looks great. Sacks, 11.5 for Trey Hendrickson. He's going to get superstar dev. If the AI doesn't give it to him, I will. Dude had back-to-back seasons with over 11 sacks. Great year for him. Miles Murphy got his first chance to step up, and he did. 8 sacks, 12 tackles for a loss. He's going to continue to be the starter over Sam Hubbard. Mike Hilton, even though he had 4 interceptions and he led the team, I'm still not going to re-sign him. I just don't need him. And then 1 safety for Justin Goodson, and defensive touchdowns is 0. Justin Goodson I got in like the 4th round of the previous year, and I just didn't show him because he had normal dev. But all right, I guess he got a safety. Can we beat the Buffalo Bills, your league MVP, to move on to the divisional round? We do not. 19-14. Really? Our offense only putting up 14 points. The Bills defense has been completely dismantled. Did they already rebuild it within 1 year? I can't believe I stuttered that bad. But anyways, 19-14. Let's move into the offseason for year number 3. And Bryce Young and the Panthers are already in the Super Bowl, but the Panthers fans continue to suffer as they lose. But the Bills no longer continue to suffer as they get their first ever Super Bowl win. Teron Johnson wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins the league MVP. Justin Jefferson, Offensive Player of the Year. And then Sheldon Pettis wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's sick. In the AFC North, a bunch of Steelers players retire, and Kyle Van Noy retires with the Ravens. For the team upgrades, offensively, Bramble gets Superstar Dev. Did he get it, or did he come with Superstar Dev? He earned Superstar Dev. It says Rookie of the Year. I'm assuming that's for the AFC. And then Mike Gesicki, even though he has Superstar Dev, he is regressing. My center is regressing, and I'm not even going to re-sign him. Anyways, defensively, Pettis goes up to Superstar Dev with 4 XP points is great. Mike Hilton goes up to Superstar Dev, but I'm not going to re-sign him regardless. And then Goldston here, Junior Goldson, is a Superstar Dev. Did he come with it, or did he? No, he came with that. Baller pick by me. And Dax Hill, do I start him over Geno Smith? He has Superstar Dev. I'm probably going to pay him, but like Geno Stone here, he's a higher overall. Like, do I move Dax Hill to linebacker? He cannot play linebacker at 191 pounds. Maybe can Geno Stone play linebacker? That would be sick for the team. No, he's 5'10". Okay. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Having depth at safety is actually good for simulation with Jordan Battle and Von Bell. I'm going to start Jordan Battle over Von Bell. At this point, I have 2 normal devs getting starting time over some devs here, but it's fine. 85 overall team. Pettis seems to be like a baller pick, and Goldson, both 2 baller defensive picks, and actually Bramble. So my first 3 picks were just straight hits. Anyways, let's move in to the re-signing. For the players ready to negotiate, Dax Hill, I'm not going to accept the option. He's going to have a cheap contract anyways. Mike Hilton, he had a good year for us. This isn't a bad contract. I know I said I wouldn't sign him, but now that I see it's only $5 million, he led the team in interceptions. He has Superstar Dev. Like, there's no harm in not signing him there. And then Cam Sample and everyone else here, all these other extras, I just don't want. And then Jamar Chase, I'm going to have to pay him an absolute bag, but I'm still going to look in free agency to see if there's anything worthwhile. So I'm at pick number 24. 2nd or 3rd round linebackers are all down this board, and I think I might just reach for one here because it's really the only position I need other than a secondary defensive tackle, which I have in Kris Jenkins and BJ Hill. This guy looks really sick. His skills look sick. Awareness, I know he's already going to have a high overall. This guy also looks good. I don't know as good. More balanced though. And then this guy also, all these guys honestly look really good. I don't think you can go wrong with any of this. This guy looks the most athletic. I think he has overall the best skills with the A zone coverage, A awareness. Rocky Bradshaw out of Arizona State. I know he was getting so much play there. 6'3", 227, My bro is balling in the bedroom, and he's going to be balling in Ohio. Now that I say that out loud, you can't really ball in Ohio, but anyways, I mean, other than if you're on the Bengals, of course, 89 speed, 90 acceleration, dude looks great. Even though it was a reach, I'm cool with it. In round number 2, getting a new center for Joe Burrow, and of course, I know some people may be mad that I moved Amarius Mims to left guard, and he's been there the entire rebuild. I'm cool with the offensive tackles I've had so far, and I don't want to waste his development being a second string the entire rebuild, so I'm going to keep Amarius Mims probably at left guard unless Trent Brown's contract runs out and he doesn't want to be here, but for right now, I got a new center for Joe Burrow. Then in round number 3, another defensive tackle, Jose Spearman out of Arkansas, 6'5", 303 hidden depth, 87 strength, 84 acceleration. So many A's across the board for a 3rd round pick. That's great. Ooh, Omani Thomas here in the late 4th round. B awareness, A zone coverage. Not really much past that. 6'1", 226 out of Alabama. Elite change direction. 4.65 isn't crazy. For a late 4th rounder, though, having an A skill is pretty nice. Omani Thomas. Normal dev. I just thought I would mention him. I thought he was going to have a dev, but still, he doesn't look bad. Now, this is the team after the draft. Duval here. Should have gone to the Jacksonville Jaguars, but my boy is a 73 overall. I didn't even look at his name before. Bramble's still going to be the number 2. Burton's going to stay in the slot. Offense looks clean. Defensively, Spearman is a 73 overall. Same overall as Kris Jenkins, and he has a dev. I know that for sure, of course, with the hidden dev, of course. And, yeah, he's going to be the number 2. With that being said, Hilton Sick Goldson is going to be the number 2 as well for the defensive backs. Safeties look fine. It's not the depth that I have a problem with. It's the fact that not enough people are high enough overall. Bradshaw is a 76 overall, so even though it seemed like a reach, that's a really good overall for a rookie. I'm going to move him to left outside linebacker so that way Logan Wilson can move back to right outside linebacker. And of course, I'm going to have to move down Bramble out of the slot and put Jermaine Burton there. Cam Akers is still going to be the starter for now. Why is Miles Murphy coming to the defensive tackle position? I do not like that. Sam Hubbard should not be doing that. I hate the AI 90% of the time, but I'll just manually fix it myself. Anyways, let's move into the midseason mark for year number 3. 4-3, second in the division once again. My defensive points per game is 9th, but the actual passing game and rushing game is mid. And then same thing with the offense, which looks a little off. I mean, 12th best rushing game and passing game definitely isn't bad. Top 10 offense is great as well. Weekly awards coming off a win to the Bills. That would have been nice last year, but Burrow, once again, over 300 total purpose yards is what I should have said last time. He has that here, and also 3 passing touchdowns. So I guess he copy and pasted his week 7s from the previous year and this year. I have a breakout QB. That doesn't even matter. He's a 99 overall X factor. The scouting national focus, I need my team to develop and win me playoff games. That would be pretty cool, but for now, I think I'll just do tight end just in case I have to replace Mike Gesicki. $143 million to spend. I didn't think I would have this much. Jamar Chase is going to get paid a fat bag, getting around $33 million a year, and he says no. All right, thank you, Jamar. You were about to be paid the highest receiver in the NFL. Dax Hill doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to live in Ohio. That's completely understandable. Only $4 million a year, and he doesn't want to play for that. All right, I gave you a very player-friendly deal. He says no. Cam Taylor-Britt, it looks like I have to give everyone a player-friendly deal, or else nobody's going to sign here. He resigns with the team. Cam Akers, honestly, I might as well just keep him for the rest of the rebuild. It's not like he's the best running back. I could probably get a better one later. Mike Gesicki just doesn't want to be here, so I'm probably going to replace him. Trey Hendrickson, I want him for the rest of the rebuild, even though he will be regressing. I'm not going to be able to find a better edge rusher for his overall and be able to develop them in time, so he resigns. Jermaine Pratt, he doesn't want to be here either. If he did want to be here, I would resign him. He doesn't like our scheme fit. I don't care. And then Geno Stone, he just wants the highest offer. He wants a mentor at his position. Dog, you're like 26. Come on now. Like, you have Dax Hill. I don't really want to sign a mentor at your position. Do I just sign him? I'll maybe just look into this at the end of the year, but I would like, I'll just sign him now. Fine, whatever. He resigns. I have the money to resign him. Even this cap room does include what I will have to pay Jamar Chase. Then Mike Hilton can finally walk. Von Bell, I already have Jordan Battle. Alex Kappa, he just doesn't want to be here for what reason? He doesn't like the scheme fit. Womp womp, buddy. Get over it. Sam Hubbard, I don't care. Trent Brown. Honestly, at this point, I've had Amarius Mims at left guard for so long. We're just going to keep Trent Brown. I don't even care. And he doesn't even want to be here. Never mind. Zach Moss, I completely forgot about him for a second there. Elijah Jones, he's going to be gone. Shaq Leonard's going to be gone. All these other extras I don't care about, and then I'll deal with Jamar Chase's contract in the offseason, evidently. So apart from that, hopefully we make this the playoffs for year number 3, and let's just move into it. 7-10, bottom of the division. My favorite sports game of all time. Yay, go team. Evidently having a Super Bowl contending offense does not make up for how dog shit your defense is, even though offense dominates, and just both my offense and defense is just mid, evidently. And Joe Burrow seems to be doing fine as always. 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 106 pass rating. Not as good as his previous years, but still, I don't see why it's a 7-10 worthy season. Cam Akers, 3.8 per carry, 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. Sure, I guess. Jamar Chase, once again, having an amazing year. 103 receptions, 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns. Jermaine Burton, 9 touchdowns, 954 yards. Basically a copy of pace of his previous season. Mike Gesicki is outperforming PJ Bramble here, and that's a bit surprising, but still, he had a good season. He doesn't want to be here, but I'm still not going to re-sign him just because he doesn't want to be here. This is a really good season for a tight end, though. Jermaine Pratt with 114 tackles for a loss, 26 for Sheldon Pitts. Dude is a baller. Sacks, 9 for Trey Hendrickson, 5.5 for Jose Spearman, 5.5 for Miles Murphy, 3.5 for Sheldon Pitts. Interceptions, 3 for Cam Taylor-Britt. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Junior Golson. So good for the Bengals, I guess. My team ranks are mid for absolutely no reason. But anyways, let's move in to the offseason. And CJ Stroud comes back to the Super Bowl, wins another, not wins another Super Bowl, but comes back to another Super Bowl. And this time he wins it. And 49ers fans are in shambles. I think they've been to the past 5 Super Bowls they've been to in simulation in real life. They're 0-5 now, so sucks to be them. Christian Harris wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP, and there are no awards here for the Bengals. In the AFC North, Cody Whitehair retires. For the upgrades, Mike Gesicki gets Superstar X Factor. That's sick for him. Maybe I re-sign him now, but he just doesn't want to be here, so I don't know what to do about that. And then defensively, what do we got? Cam Taylor-Britt goes to Superstar. I have 3 Superstar defensive backs. I'm going to be losing Hilton, but it's fine. Pettis goes up to an X Factor, but for some reason he's only a 78 overall. Doesn't make any logical sense. And then not Sam Hubbard, but Trey Hendrickson. I forgot to give him Superstar Dev. I don't even care at this point. Spearman, 77 overall star Dev. And my team, it's not bad. Again, it's just the overalls that are a problem. And did Logan Wilson never moved back over to right outside linebacker? That's annoying. Ah, my God. EA Sports, my favorite. Let's move into the re-signings. It seriously should not take me this long to rebuild this team, and I'm fully aware of that. It's just the game isn't letting me win. I just don't know what to say. It's like, oh, well, you're just being salty, Vic. It's like, yeah, I kind of am, but it is what it is at this point. And Jamar Chase here, he just, again, dude, like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'll do player-friendly. Now you're getting paid $39 million a year, and you accept that. God. Dax Hill, again, very player-friendly deal. I don't know what more you want here. He resigns for that. Miles Murphy, I'm not even going to accept your option going into the final year. And then Gesicki, I'm not going to give you a 6-year contract because that just wouldn't be realistic for a guy who's 30 years old. You're putting up great numbers, $13 million a year. He resigns on that. Jermaine Pratt, I would like it for you to come back if you actually had an interest. Mike Hilton, no. Von Bell, no. Alex Kappa, I mean, it's the final year. I'm not going to find anyone else at this point, so I'm going to do a 2-year contract, increase the money for him for $11 million a year. He resigns on that. $60 million left. And honestly, I said no to Von Bell, but it's like, it's the final year. Might as well just keep the depth. Sam Hubbard is a no. Trent Brown, he regressed to an 83, so I think I'm going to kick Amarius Mims finally back outside to offensive tackle. He just doesn't want to be here anymore. So Amarius Mims is finally going to play his designated position, and we're going to move into free agency. Overall, kind of a weak free agency, but I got Joe Thuney at left guard, and I kicked out Amarius Mims back out to right tackle. And then I got Jordan Brooks to replace Jermaine Pratt at middle linebacker. Really? I can't trade a second-round pick. Pick 13 in the second round for a 28-year-old Najee Harris. That's retarded. And I don't know why I thought it would work with a 29-year-old Tony Pollard, who's 2 overalls higher, but sure, I have to give up a first-round pick for Tony Pollard. Wow, what a waste. In the second round, though, Eddie Nichols, out of, if I can actually look at it, please, out of Alabama. Looks nice. A-zone coverage, A awareness, B tackle, B play rec. Hidden dev, 89 speed, 88 acceleration. Looks similar to the previous middle linebacker prospect that I had. So he's just going to play his depth. This is the team moving into the 4th and final season. Yes, I traded away a first round pick for Tony Pollard. Realistically, if he's 29 years old, he'd be easily gone for a second. But in Madden simulation, they overvalue running backs for no reason. Jermaine Burton, I'm actually going to keep at the 2. Bramble, I'm actually going to put in the slot, see how he does in this final season. Pettis is the clear number 1 edge rusher here. And it looks like the AI wants my middle linebacker to come off the edge for no logical reason. Go AI. This is a triple A game company that makes billions of dollars every year. I don't know if it's billions. I don't know if I want to put a B on that. But either way, This company is a AAA. I pay $70 for this game every year, and the AI is total monkey brain. Oh well, the AIs aren't supposed to be smarter. I hope they're smarter. They get my homework done. But anyways, let's move in to the playoffs for the 4th and final year. And this is how much a difference it makes to have a running back in Madden simulation. 14-3, top of the division. Browns go 2-15. Rough time for them. Ravens going 8-9, missing the playoffs is crazy. My defensive rushing game is 21st with an X Factor defensive tackle and a 90 overall Hendricks, but cool. Coming off a loss to the Eagles, and we don't get a first-round bye at 14-3. I'm assuming it's the Chiefs. It is the Chiefs. What a surprise. Stats and awards. Joe Burrow looks to be your league MVP, and he is going to be your league MVP. Two-time league MVP in the simulation. Best offense in the NFL. Defensively, we are 6th. And then 4,600 yards, 40 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, 127 pass rating, carrying this franchise completely. Tony Pollard with 1,100 yards, 4.1 per carry, 13 touchdowns. Even though it doesn't seem like much on paper, we're a 14-3 team after being 7-10. The only thing I majorly improved on the team is I got Joe Thuney at left guard, moved Amarius Mims to right tackle, and then I got Tony Pollard. That was the only major difference to the team, which really wasn't that huge. But it apparently makes a huge difference in simulation. Jamar Chase, 106 receptions, 1,500 yards, 18 touchdowns, continues to be an absolute baller. Bramble with 13 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Gesicki outperforming Burton this time. Gesicki's actually been really balling throughout this simulation. Logan Wilson with 122 tackles for a loss, 15 for Sheldon Pettis, sacks, 17.5 for Trey Hendrickson. That's easily superstar to have. 8.5 for Miles Murphy, 6 for Sheldon Pettis, who's been a baller for us ever since we drafted him. Interceptions, 5 for Cam Taylor-Britt. Safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. Now, can we beat the Indianapolis Colts to get our first playoff win? Yes, it's taken me this long to get my first playoff win. Finally, we do. Here to face the 14-3 Buffalo Bills. Of course, I'm going to hop into this one. I don't want to lose to them again. And the rebuild, I want to end this rebuild out with a Super Bowl win, so hopefully we can beat the Bills to move on to probably play the Chiefs in the conference championship. Here we are against the Bills. We're both going to open up with nothing. They're finally going to score the first points of the game. We went all the way down the field, and then I guess we turned over the ball in the red zone because we didn't score. 6-3 at halftime. What a baller game for my #1 ranked offense in the league. 17-6 against the Bills. We're finally starting to turn it up here, and then my defense starts choking. Then my offense does nothing. I guess I have to do it because the AI won't. I'm just going to, oh yeah, I'm on the 50. I'm just going to run the ball and kick the field goal and end this game. 1 minute left, 2nd and 9. I don't care. I'm still going to run it here. Oh, I thought I was going to get away with that with Pollard. 3rd and 4. I'm going to run hurry up and run with Pollard again. 3rd down and 4, right back to Tony Pollard. Get that block. Good stuff for Tony Pollard. Up the field. I'm going to try inch closer and closer here and just keep running halfback dive. Bills are starting to take timeouts for me. That's fine. I'll just get closer and closer until I kick the field goal. 1st and 10. Pollard right up the middle, pushing forward, 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. Right back to Tony Pollard. Great lane, and I didn't spam A quick enough. Either way, 1st and 10. Bills are out of timeouts, and we have a chip shot field goal here, so I'm just going to, once again, keep running this ball. 1st and 10. Tony Pollard. Keep trucking along with Tony Pollard. Nice run up the middle. 1st and goal, and that should be the game. 1st and goal, one last run for Tony Pollard. They realistically should just let me score it. But 4 seconds left. I'm going to take a timeout and then just kick this game winner. It is up, and it is good. Evan McPherson is going to send us to the AFC Conference Championship, where we will most likely be playing the Kansas City Chiefs. 20-17 is going to be your final score. And we're actually playing the Texans in the Conference Championship. I'm so glad it's the Texans because the Texans playbook and simulation are usually really trash. They got here because their team's in 90 overall, so I'm completely cool with this. Here we are against the Texans. They're going to open up with a huge run with Joe Mixon. 7-7 start here, 14-7. I mean, the Texans offense has actually put numbers on us here. Our offense needs to wake up. 10-14, opening up the half with another 7 as we take back the lead. They take back the lead. 20-21, 28-20, 28-28. We have the ball. Guess what we're going to do? We're on the 47. I'm going to run this ball and finish this game out. Actually, never mind. They're pressed up on Jamar Chase, so you know what that means. Yeah, Jamar Chase is going to get an easy touchdown, boys, just for shits and giggles. Why not? Anyways, they have a chance to actually win the game now. I could have just ran the game out, but anyways, Jamar Chase with the touchdown. I just saw an opening there, so I wanted to take it. And, of course, they will easily dog walk us to the end zone, and I'm going to have to do it myself, but this time it's going to be harder. Jamar Chase is in the zone, though, so I'm going to roll out with Joe Burrow, and that's going to be wide open. Move up the field. Jamar Chase, easy 1st and 10. He gets out of bounds as well. Why do they keep running press on Jamar Chase? All 3 of my X Factors are in the zone? Hell yeah, brother. Let's just run double me. Go up and get it. Jamar Chase. Okay, that was almost picked. I don't know why double me doesn't work. All right, good game. Why does Joe Burrow have first ones free? That is the most useless. That is the most useless one. for Joe Burrow. I don't have Lamar Jackson. Oh, that's going to be a touchdown for Jamar Chase. Go up the field. Do it again for shits and giggles. If they score within 24 seconds, I'm going to be really mad with my defense. But it will be a cool game to watch if that actually happened. Either way, it doesn't happen. 42-35. Jamar Chase literally just balled out on this entire team for the couple of plays that I hopped in. 4 passing touchdowns from Joe Burrow. 2 of them came from Jamar Chase. Probably even more than that. Let's look at that real quick. Receiving wise, Jamar Chase with 2 touchdowns, 7 receptions, 192 yards. Amazing game from him, mainly because I threw it to him. But let's move into the Super Bowl. Here we are against the 12-5 Green Bay Packers. And I'm assuming, of course, their quarterback will be Jordan Love. Sometimes the AI does stupid stuff. No, he is the quarterback. He is a superstar development, 97 overall. He looks sick. And somehow this team magically makes the Super Bowl after what? Guess what? We traded away first-round pick for Tony Pollard. The team's magically good after going 7-10. Bramble goes up to superstar X Factor. Burton's development has been great in the simulation. Any other upgrades? Cam Taylor-Britt with Superstar X Factor. Dax Hill, I never really gave a chance because Geno Stone was here, but I'm fine with it. We're in the Super Bowl. We're a Super Bowl contending team. Pettis is up to an 87 overall with the boost. But anyways, let's see if we can beat the Packers to finish off this rebuild with a Super Bowl win. Here we are against the Packers. They're going to open up with 7. We're going to respond with 7. They're going to respond with nothing. We take the lead now, 14-7. First lead of the game for us. They're going to make it 14-10. We get ball at half 2. 13-14 at halftime. We open up half with 7. Nice way to start it. 21-21 game now after the 2-point conversion. They're going to take back the lead. We're going to tie up the game once again. What a Super Bowl game here it's coming down to. Third down stop. Punting. Really? They were punting from the 35-yard line. What a weak kicker, dude. I have no timeouts. I don't even care. The AI wants me to run out the rest of the ball. No, dude. I want to win the game. AI monkey brain. Monkey brain AI. 2nd and 2. They're not rushing off the edge, so this should be a freebie. And Gesicki's kind of covered there, so oh my gosh, the blocking upfield is beautiful. Joe Burrow, easy 1st and 10, and I'm in field goal range now, I think, with Evan McPherson. 1st and 10. Let's see what we have here. The drag's not there. I can step up in this pocket with Joe Burrow. It's kind of risky, though. Slide, 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 slide. Dude, my God. Oh my gosh, I hate that so much. Thankfully, Pollard was there to recover. It's a booth review for some reason. Pollard clearly recovered the ball. I don't know what you're bugging about. I hopefully get a free timeout. I don't get a timeout for that? That's gay. 1st and 10. I'm going to try and just drain out the clock more. That's actually wide open. Oh, I thought he was actually going to miss that throw. That's fine with me. Sure. Now I'm just going to drain out the clock and then spike the ball. 1st and goal for Tony Pollard. That should be a touchdown if I cut that up right, but I'm just going to move up into the spike position. Let it get down to 2 seconds, and then I'm just going to kick another game-winning field goal. I think we've only kicked game-winning field goals. Actually, we beat the Texans with a touchdown, so I'm just going to spike this. 3 seconds left, and that should be the game. And this should be a total chip shot here for Evan McPherson. It's up. It's good. 0 seconds left. Chip shot was amazing. Couldn't even ice the kicker because he had the ability and the arc ability, which is the 2 best abilities for the kickers. Focus kicker is kind of trash. Anyways, that's not the point. 31-28 will be your final score, as finally I win the Super Bowl because I finally add a running back to my team in the final year of simulation, and the Cincinnati Bengals will be your Super Bowl champions. Your Super Bowl MVP is Joe Burrow. Your league MVP is Joe Burrow. Your coach of the year is Zach Taylor. And then your Super Bowl champion is the Cincinnati Bengals. So this was a successful rebuild. Of course, it took until year 4 for us to win a Super Bowl. I didn't expect that, but hey, a win's a win, a W is a W, and a like is a like. So make sure you like and or subscribe. Yes, I'm a total sellout. But anyways, guys, apart from that, make sure you comment down below which team you want me to rebuild next. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.